first race, here is number 1, Heat on the Straight, owned jointly by Maurice Stewart and Mark Franzen. Mark Franzen trains, Dave McGee, the driver. Number 2 is Boomerange, owned by Brian Carpenter. Maria Howard is the trainer. Brian Carpenter will drive. Number 3 is One More Brewski, owned by Jacqueline and Ed Brewski. Terry McCallister trains and Andy Miller drives. Number 4 is Mr. Blue Sky, owned jointly by Pinsky, Johnson, Vernon Shire Stables and R&D Sampson Stable. Brian Pinsky drives and trains. Number 5 is KABCOMMAND, owned by Bonita and John Hacker. Monroe Duncan trains and Marshall Duncan drives. Number 6 is Go Ahead, Try It, owned by the Nugget Acres Farm. Al Fleischer trains and Sam Widger will drive. Number 7 is KERRY'S Legacy, owned by Dalio Valera. Mark Saporito drives and trains. There's 5 minutes of post, just 5 minutes. Time of the turn. First race Pacers in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. Boomerange on the inside, hustling out for the lead. On the inside of him goes Heat on the Straight. They drive into that first turn, and from the outside, Boomerange and Boomerange. Now a 2-length lead, but Heat on the Straight takes out of second. Heat on the Straight now to challenge and take command. Boomerange back to second. One More Brewski, right with the leaders, now into third, followed by Mr. Blue Sky, and now 2 lengths back to KABCOMMAND. Go Ahead, Try It. Trading the field by the quarter. That's KERRY'S Legacy. And that first quarter went 29-1. Around the turn, Heat on the Straight is your new leader, and Heat on the Straight opens up the lead now by about 4 lengths. And that's Boomerange trying to keep up in second. 2 lengths back to third. Finds One More Brewski. Another 2.5 lengths back to Mr. Blue Sky, followed by KABCOMMAND. Go Ahead, Try It. KERRY'S Legacy. Positions are unchanged, 57-3. The race is half over. Now they drive into that clubhouse turn, and Heat on the Straight is your leader, Boomerange. Now right in his heels in second. Now to the outside, Mr. Blue Sky takes out of fourth. Now moving into third, One More Brewski. Now back to fourth, followed to the outside by KABCOMMAND. As they race by 3/4, your leader is Heat on the Straight. 3/4, 1:26-2, and Heat on the Straight is your leader into the far turn. Boomerange now digs in second. Mr. Blue Sky on the outside, but around the final turn, it's Heat on the Straight, your leader. Here they come, turning for home. Heat on the Straight has the lead now by 2. Boomerange is out for the drive. Coming to the wire, it's Heat on the Straight. It's Heat on the Straight with the lead. Heat on the Straight, Boomerange, and Mr. Blue Sky up for third. Moving to the winner's circle will be the first race winner, number 1, Heat on the Straight. Heat on the Straight is owned by Maurice Stewart and Mark Franzen. Mark Franzen is the trainer. The winning driver is Dave McGee. Here is the field for tonight's second race. Number 1 is SHAMROCK'S SILKY, leased by the Shamrock Farm Incorporated. Terry McCallister is the trainer. Andy Miller drives. Number 2, Bossy Society, owned by Jim Crowley. Kevin Orges trains, and Dave McGee the driver. Number 3, Hotshot Cam, is owned and trained by Glenn Brooks. Neil Coleman drives. Number 4 is Park Lane Flash, owned by the Fighting Major Stable. Doug Larson trains, Sam Widger the driver. Number 5, Charity's Gambler, is owned by Tom Insco, Dal Insco Trains, and Tom Insco Drives. Number 6 is Bocam. Bocam is owned jointly by Tony and Mike Simone, along with Jerry Bernacki and Dave McCaffrey. Dave McCaffrey is the trainer. Dean McGee Drives. Number 7, Broadway's Standout, is owned and trained by Tom Vickroy Sr., Randy Jacobs. Number 8 is Sports Era, owned by Allison, Aaron, and Guy Coyle. Guy Coyle trains, and a driver change to Marshall Duncan. There's 5 minutes now, 5 minutes to post. Time of the turn. Here they come. They're off. Shamrock's Silky on the inside, going right for the top. There goes Buzzy Society. He comes away second. They charge into that first turn. Your early leader, Shamrock's Silky. Buzzy Society takes up the chase in second. 4-length gap 2. Hot Shot Cam in third. Another 2 lengths back to Park Lane Flash. Followed now by Charity's Gambler. Then comes Bocam. Broadway Standout. Sports Era trails the field by the early quarter. 28-2 that first quarter. And Shamrock Silky is your pace setter, 2 on top. Buzzy Society is second by 2 1/4 lengths. Hot Shot Cam has the range on the leaders in third. A length and a quarter. Park Lane Flash, and he's on the move. Now to the outside of horses. Here comes Charity's Gambler. Followed now on the inside. Bocam to the outside of horses. That's Broadway Standout. Sports Era halfway home. 59-1. Into the clubhouse turn they race, and Shamrock Silky is your pace setter. Shamrock Silky now 2 on top. Buzzy Society takes up the chase in second. On the outside, Park Lane Flash tries to gain in third. On the inside, Hot Shot Cam. Charity's Gambler on the outside. He's set to go 3 wide, but they race up the backstretch. And your leader is Shamrock Silky. On the outside, Park Lane Flash is racing at him. 3/4, 129 Flash. Into the far turn they race. Shamrock Silky leads the way coming back, but 3 wide. Charity's Gambler third, now moving second. Charity's Gambler is on the outside to challenge and take command. Here they come, turning for home, and on the extreme outside, Charity's Gambler is your new leader, but on the inside, here comes Buzzy Society, and look at him fly. Buzzy Society is fastest of all. Third race, we have exacta trifectas on the third. Moving to the winner's circle, number 2, Buzzy Society. Buzzy Society is owned by Jim Crowley. Kevin Arges is the trainer. The winning driver, Dave McGee. And Dave McGee driving both ends of tonight's early daily double. Second race rundown, top of him, 2, 1, 5, 3, 4, 8, 6, 7 on the bottom. On Turbo LEEBROOK, owned and trained by Kyle Jones, Dave McGee, the driver. Number 2, Head Viking, owned by Joanne Jones, Terry Leonard drives and trains. Number 3 is Santa Ana Wind, owned by Cheryl and Edward Safey, Gary Gost and George Clegg II. George Clegg II trains, Nick Clegg drives. Number 4 is 04, leased by Bob Phillips. Bob Phillips trains, Sam Woodger will drive. Number 5 is What's for Dessert, owned by Marshall McGee. Ron Roberts is the trainer, Andy Miller drives. Number 6 is Cam Wheel, owned by Jim Allen. Alex Coney trains, Del Chupp will drive. Number 7 is High Lonesome. High Lonesome is leased and trained by Monroe Duncan. Marshall Duncan drives. And number 8 is Mossy Creek, owned by Ron Parham. Katrina Rucker trains, Dean McGee drives. There's 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. Santa Ana Wind under the whip going for the lead on the inside. Turbo LEEBROOK comes away. What's for dessert? Those three, they drive into that first turn. And now on the outside of horses, What's for dessert? Drives up to challenge and take command. Turbo LEEBROOK holds on the inside second. 3 lengths back. Head Viking in third. Another 2 lengths back. Santa Ana Wind. 4 lengths now. 2:04, followed by Camwheel, High Lonesome trailing the field. That's Mossy Creek by the early quarter. 28 seconds flat the first quarter. And up front it, leader is a What's for Dessert. And What's for Dessert shows him to the half-mile juncture. Turbo LEEBROOK is right there in second. Had Viking right with the leaders in third. Now to the outside, here comes Santa and the Wind as they move for the half-mile juncture. What's for Dessert, your leader. And they're halfway home. They've hit the half and 57-2 into the clubhouse turn. What's for Dessert shows the way. Turbo LEEBROOK getting that great trip in second. On the outside, Santa Ana Wind is parked in third. Followed on the inside, 04 looking for racing room. From the back of the pack, 3 wide, here comes High Lonesome. Between horses, Head Viking, Camwheel, trailing to the 3/4. Mossy Creek as they drive to the 3/4. Your leader, What's for Dessert. 127-2, What's for Dessert. Leads into the far turn, no length and a quarter. Turbo LEEBROOK running his heels in second. Now between horses, 04 is trying to come on. 3 wide, High Lonesome. Here they come, turning for home. It's What's for Dessert. And What's for Dessert is now under urging. On the outside, 04, one more try. Here comes Turbo LEEBROOK. Here comes 04. 3 horses at the wire. 04, What's for Dessert, and Turbo LEEBROOK. Moving to the winner's circle, third race winner, number 4, 04. 04 is owned by Bob Phillips. Bob Phillips trains. The winning driver is Sam Widger. This third race was the Myasthenia Gravis Foundation of Illinois Paris. 4-5 Exacta returns $23.20. 4-5-1 Trifecta returning $57.60. Third race rundown is 3-8-7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom. In race number 4, Laverne Hostetler drives number 7, LITTAGUY. Number 1, 5th anniversary. He is owned by Mike Sheehan. John Ajewski is the trainer. Dave McGee will drive. Number 2 is Super Bob 2, owned by Brian Carpenter. Maria Howard trains. Brian Carpenter, the driver. Number 3 is High Risk Express, owned and trained by Dan Dubinsky. Del Chupp will drive. Number 4, Bad Seed, owned by the Allenby Stibbles. Katrina Rucker is the trainer. Dean McGee in the sulky. Number 5 is Backlash, leased by Jennifer Lappy. Richard Lappy is the trainer. Driver Andy Miller. Number 6 is Bold Iowa, owned by Jim Coulter. Kim Hamilton trains and Sam Widger will drive. Number 7, LITTAGUY, owned by Orlen Brown. Steve Wagner is the trainer. A driver change to Laverne Hostetler. Number 8, Concrete Ribbon, is owned by Janet Capron. Bob McCabe is the trainer. Tom Insko drives. That's 5 minutes now, 5 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. And there goes Bad Seed out for the lead. And there goes Fifth Anniversary charging through on the inside. Now they drive into that first turn. And Fifth Anniversary is your early leader, Bad Seed. Now looks to drop in second. 2 lengths back to Super Bob 2 and third. Another 2 to High Risk Express. A length and a quarter to Backlash Bold Iowa. LITTAGUY and Concrete Ribbon as they drive by that early quarter. And your leader by the quarter, Fifth Anniversary. 28 and 4 the quarter and Fifth Anniversary. Your pace setter now by 2, followed by Bad Seed. He's closing the gap in second. On the outside, Backlash. First over, now into third. On the inside of us is Super Bob 2. Here comes Bold Iowa. He's picking up cover as they move for the half-mile marker. Now they're in the stretch for the first time. And your leader is Fifth Anniversary and Fifth Anniversary. Now a length and 3/4. Halfway home, 59 and 1. Fifth Anniversary leans now into the clubhouse turn. He opens up by 2. On the inside, that's Bad Seed. He's still right there in second. On the outside, Backlash trying to come on in third. Followed on the outside of us, here comes Bold Iowa. Another move. Super Bob 2 has nowhere to go. On the outside, Concrete Ribbon is trying to come on. High Risk Express, LITTAGUY as they move by 3/4. Your leader is Fifth Anniversary. 128 and 4 to the far turn. And Fifth Anniversary is your leader, Bad Seed. He's right there in second. On the outside, Bold Iowa is coming on to be third and 4 wide. That's LITTAGUY. Here they come, turning for home. Fifth Anniversary. He cuts the corner. Here comes Bad Seed charging. Fifth Anniversary, but Bad Seed is fastest of all. Bad Seed on the outside at the wire. Moving to the winner's circle. Number 4, Bad Seed. Bad Seed is owned by the L&B Stables. Katrina Rucker trains Dean McGee, the winning driver. In the 5th race, Brian Carpenter drives number 6, Triumphant. Here is the field for tonight's 5th race. Number 1 is Hobo Bill, owned by Don Richardson. Monroe Duncan is the trainer. Marshall Duncan, the driver. Number 2, Message to Micheal, owned by the L&B Stables. Katrina Rucker trains and Dean McGee drives. Number 3, Let's Do It Now, owned by Gary Williams and Guy Calvert. Lloyd Roberts Jr. trains and Danny Knox, the driver. Number 4 is Goodbye to Hollywood, owned by the Curragh stable. Joe Anderson drives and trains. Number 5 is Willie Buck, owned, trained, and driven by Terry Leonard. Number 6, Triumphant, owned by Jim Crowley. Kevin Orges trains and a driver change to Brian Carpenter. Number 7 is Cooley Highharmony, owned by the Linwood stable. Mark Frenzen trains Dave McGee, the driver. Number 8, Fast Muffler, is owned by Don Wetzel. Brian Pinsky drives and trains. That's the field. Now 5 minutes is 5 minutes to post. Top of the turn. Here they come. They're off. On the inside, there goes Message to Micheal, thundering out for the lead. Goodbye to Hollywood. Joined on the inside by Hobo Bill. Now they bank into that first turn. And now your early leader, as they head down for that early quarter, is Message to Micheal with Goodbye to Hollywood. He drops in second. On the outside, Willie Buck parked in third. Now he drops in front of Hobo Bill. 2 lengths back to Cooley Highharmony. Followed on the outside, it's Fast Muffler. Followed by Let's Do It Now. trailing by the quarter, triumphant, and that first quarter was 28 seconds flat. Around the turn, heading for that half-mile juncture. Message to Michael, a 3-length lead. Goodbye to Hollywood is second now by 3. Followed on the inside of us. That's a Willie Buck in third. Another 4 lengths back to Hobo Bill and Cooley Highharmony. 56 and 1, and their race is half over. And up front, positions are unchanged. Into the clubhouse turn. Message to Michael leads the way by 2.5 lengths. Goodbye to Hollywood. He digs in second by 3. It's Willie Buck in third by 4. On the inside, Hobo Bill. Cooley Highharmony to the outside, followed by Fast Muffler as they race by the 3/4 mile juncture. Message to Michael, your pace setter. 3/4, 125 and 1. Into the far turn they race. Message to Michael leads the way. Here comes Goodbye to Hollywood. Charging up alongside a challenging second. Hobo Bill into third. Here they come, turning for home. Here comes Goodbye to Hollywood. Goodbye to Hollywood is in the center of the track now to take command and open up the lead. A late move on the inside by Hobo Bill. Goodbye to Hollywood at the wire. Moving to the winner's circle. Tonight's 5th race winner, number 4, Goodbye to Hollywood. He is owned by the KERRY'S stable. Joe Anderson drives and trains. 154 4/5, and that is a new mark for Goodbye to Hollywood. 7-8-5 on the bottom. For tonight's 6th race, number 1 has been scratched. Number 2 is Holly Hill Fashion, owned by the Little Springwood Farm. Laverne Hostother drives and trains. Number 3, Lasgo Henry, is owned by Oscar Lasco, Annette and Bill Hamilton. Tom Harmer is the trainer. Danny Knox will drive. Number 4 is Fox Valley Arsenic, owned by the Curragh Racing Stable. Tom Stemper trains. Doug Hamilton drives. Number 5 is Gleaming REVRAC, owned by John Finke. Dennis Hunnard is the trainer. Dale Heitman drives. Number 6 is Ken's Bunny, owned by Jerry Butis. Dennis Piontrodono. Jim Allison is the trainer, and a driver change to Dave McGee. And number 7 is Greek Fire, owned by the Acme Racing Stable. Dave McCaffrey trains, and Andy Miller the driver. Now 6 minutes, just 6 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. Holly Hill Fashion on the inside thunders out for the lead. And there goes Lasgo Henry into second. On the far outside, Ken's Bunny. They charge into that first turn. And on the inside, that's Holly Hill Fashion. Holly Hill Fashion now by 2. On the inside, Lasgo Henry holds in second. That's Ken's Bunny. He backs off the leaders in third. Followed on the inside of us by Fox Valley Arsenic. Gleaming REVRAC, Greek Fire by the opening quarter. 28 seconds flat now the first quarter. Holly Hill Fashion leads the way now by 2. That's Lasgo Henry, right with the leader in second. Ken's Bunny is on the outside, parked in third. Followed on the inside, saving ground, Fox Valley Arsenic, Greek Fire. Now they're moving for that half-mile juncture. And up front, Holly Hill Fashion is your pace setter. And they're halfway home. They've hit the half, 57 and 3 into the clubhouse turn. Holly Hill Fashion with the lead. Lasgo Henry right with the leader in second. On the outside, that's Ken's Bunny. Still parked first over in third. On the inside of horses, that's Fox Valley Arsenic looking for racing room. Now 3 wide. Here comes Greek Fire. Gleaming REVRAC trails the field as they race up the back stretch. Holly Hill Fashion is the one to catch. 3/4, 127 and 1. Holly Hill Fashion into the far turn by 2. Lasgo Henry picks up the leader in second. On the inside, Fox Valley Arsenic in third. At the top of the stretch, Holly Hill Fashion is in command. Here they come, turning for home. Holly Hill Fashion opens up the lead now by 2.5 lengths. On the outside, that's Glasgow Henry trying to come on, but it's Holly Hill Fashion, Glasgow Henry, and Fox Valley Arsenic up for third. Results are official. 1:55 4/5 for the mile. In the winner's circle, number 2, Holly Hill Fashion. Holly Hill Fashion is owned by the Little Springwood Farms, Laverne Hostetler drives and trains. Time for the mile, 1:55 4/5. Holly Hill Fashion equals his lifetime best. Field for tonight's 7th race. Here is number 1, David the Dude. He is owned by Evson Pinder. Dan Berry trains with Pat Berry, the driver. Number 2 is Cool Mister, owned by George Lombard. Mike Arnold drives and trains. Number 3 is Bold and Sassy, owned by Bruce Eggert. Tom Roth trains and Neil Coleman drives. Number 4 is AJ's Dad, owned by Roars and George Bonomo. Jim Meade is the trainer. Danny Knox drives. Here is 5, Magic Cab, owned by Al D'Onofrio. Ron Anderson trains. Dave McGee, the driver. Number 6 is Slumlord, owned, trained, and driven by John Spotton. Number 7 is Bold Spice, owned, trained, and driven by Terry Leonard. Number 8 is Fox Valley Rattler, owned jointly by Joe Nero III and Ricky Soteris. Joe Nero III is the trainer with Dean McGee driving. Now 6 minutes, just 6 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. Off stride leaving is David the Dude. David the Dude is off stride. There goes Cool Mister, charging through on the inside, but AJ's Dad swooping up on the outside. And AJ's Dad now with a rush to challenge and now take command. AJ's Dad now a 2-length lead. Cool Mister second by 2.5 lengths. Bold and Sussy right there in third by 2. Fox Valley Rattler now drops in, followed now by Magic Cam. David the Dude is on the move. Slumlord and trailing the field. Fox Valley Rattler as they move by that opening quarter. And that first quarter was 28-1. That's Bold Spice, your trailer. Entering the stretch for the first time, moving for the half-mile juncture. AJ's Dad is in command now by 2. On the inside, Cool Mister takes up the chase second, but Fox Valley Rattler first over into third. On the inside, it's Bold and Sassy. David the Dude, 57-2. The race is half over. Into the clubhouse turn, AJ's Dad continues to lead by 2. Cool Mister is right there in second. On the outside, Fox Valley Rattler first over in third. David the Dude picks up the leader on the outside. He might go 3 wide. Bold and Sassy still looking for racing room. On the outside, Bold Spice and Magic Cam. 3/4 on the board. 1:26-4. They swing into the far turn. AJ's Dad is under urging a length and a quarter. On the outside, David the Dude another try in second. Cool Mister in third. Here they come now turning for home. 3 horses across the track. AJ's Dad under urging, but Cool Mister is charging. And Cool Mister is on the outside taking command. Cool Mister is fastest of all. Results are official. Time for the mile, 1:57. Moving to the winner's circle, 7th race winner, number 2, Cool Mister. Cool Mister is owned by George Lombard. Mike Arnold drives and trains. 7th race rundown, top of him, 5-1-2, 3-4-7, 6-8 on the bottom. In this race, number 3, Bold and Sassy, was claimed by L. Johnson. 2-3 Exacta, $117.80, $117.80. 2-3-4 Trifecta, $387.80, $387.80. In race number 8, Dave McGee will drive number 3, Rayero. Dean McGee will drive number 5, Code of Conduct. Here is the field for tonight's 8th race. Here is number 1, Tin Soldier, owned by the 5-3 Stibble. Joe Anderson drives and trains. Number 2, Coming to Town, owned by Ron Parham. Katrina Rucker is the trainer. Dale Heitman drives. Number 3, Rayetto, owned by Shirley Levine and Art Levine the third. Doug Larson trains with Dave McGee, the driver change. Number 4, Radio, owned by the Curragh Racing Stable. Tom Stemper trains with Doug Hamilton driving. Number 5 is Code of Conduct, owned by Steve Ginder, Kevin Ogle, and Mike Mitchell. Todd Crone trains. Dean McGee, the driver. Number 6, Genuine Chevy, is owned by Mike Brown and Dave McCaffrey. Dave McCaffrey trains. Danny Knox will drive. Number 7 is Clark Gable, owned by the Summerlin Racing Stable and Sandra Nance. Dan Nance trains and Laverne Hostetler drives. We have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. There goes Clark Gable on the extreme outside, hustling out for the lead. Coming to Town is their Tin Soldier, charging through on the inside. Now Tin Soldier has the early speed. Coming to Town, settles for second. On the inside, it's Ray Edo, right there in third. On the outside of us is Clark Gable, looks to drop in. It's Radio, right there, 3 lengths back to Code of Conduct. And Genuine Chevy is your trailer by the opening quarter. 28-1 the first quarter. And Tin Soldier is your pace setter coming to Town. Right there in second by 2. It's Ray Edo, saving ground in third. On the outside, Clark Gable is still parked first over. On the inside, that's Radio, followed now by Coming to Town as they approach that half-mile juncture. Tin Soldier maintains the lead. Coming to Town, rather, right there in second. And they're halfway home, 58-3. And up front, positions are on change. And Tin Soldier is your pace setter. Coming to Town has his sights on the leader in second. Now 3 lengths back to third. Finds Ray Edo. On the outside, it's Clark Gable dropping back. Now 3 wide. Genuine Chevy is on the move. Rough Gated now off stride is Coming to Town. Now they drive by 3 quarters. And Tin Soldier is opening up the lead with every stride. 1:26-4 for the 3 quarters. Around the final turn. And Tin Soldier is all by himself. It's Ray Edo in second, followed by Radio. Here they come, turning for home. Tin Soldier is opening up the lead. It's going to be a battle for second. Ray Edo is under the whip in second. Radio is on the outside, but your leader is Tin Soldier. It's going to be close for second. Now moving to the winner's circle, the 8th race winner, number 1, Tin Soldier. Tin Soldier is owned by the 5-3 Stable. This is a driving double and training double for Joe Anderson. Results are official. 1:55 for the mile. Exacta return $7.60, $7.60. Here is the field for tonight's ninth race. Here is number 1, Flashy Proposal, least trained by Brian Pinsky. Brian Pinsky is the driver. Number 2 is ICHIBON Hancho, owned and trained by Mark Anderson. Dean McGee, the driver. Number 3 is Mordred, owned by Pat Berry and Phil Jones. Dan Berry trains with Pat Berry, the driver. Number 4 is the S-Man, owned by Judy Ackerman, Clara Martins, and Dave McCaffrey. Dave McCaffrey trains with Andy Miller driving. Number 5 is Baby Doctor, owned and trained by Dave Geisinger, Alan Henninger, the driver. Number 6 is English Sunrise, owned by Bob McCormick. Neil Coleman drives and trains. Number 7 is A Little Gold, owned by Karen and John Herring. John Herring trains, Del Chup drives. Number 8 is Happy Colors, owned by the Rolling Acres stable. Doug Larson trains, and a drummer change to Dave McGee. There's 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes to post. Here they come. They're all fine, pacing on the outside under urging. There goes English Sunrise, charging out for the lead, but Flashy Proposal charges through on the inside. Those two as they charge into that first turn, and Flashy Proposal has the early foot by 2. And that's English Sunrise. He drops in second by 3. ICHIBON Hancho right there in third, 2 lengths. Mordred followed by the S-Man, 2 lengths back to Baby Doctor. Another 3 lengths back to English Sunrise. Happy Colors, that is, as they drive by the quarter. 27-1, the initial quarter. Flashy Proposal pulls away from the field. He's on top by about 7 lengths. English Sunrise in second. On the outside, here comes the S-Man out looking for cover. ICHIBON Hancho. Now they're moving for the half-mile juncture. Flashy Proposal leads the way, but here comes ICHIBON Hancho charging second. On the inside, English Sunrise. 55-3. Now the race is half over into the clubhouse turn. Flashy Proposal now has about a 5-length lead. Flashy Proposal by 5. That's English Sunrise in second. And on the outside, 3 wide, the S-Man is coming on, followed by Mordred. ICHIBON Hancho between horses. And now from the back of the pack, here comes A Little Gold, and he is flying 3/4, 125-3. A swing into the far turn. On the outside, here comes the S-Man, and the S-Man is up now to challenge and take command. But here comes A Little Gold moving right with him. Here they come, turning for home, and the S-Man has the corner now under urging. A Little Gold racing up in second. Happy Colors is coming on. Here comes Happy Colors, and look at him fly. Here comes Happy Colors on the outside. 2 horses at the wire, the S-Man and Happy Colors. That is a photo. Please hold all tickets. Results official. Mark the mile 1:56. The S-Man is owned by Judy Ackerman, Clara Martins, and Dave McCaffrey. Dave McCaffrey trains. The winning driver is Andy Miller. 1:56 for the mile. The S-Man has paced to a new lifetime mark. $80 7 71.80. In race, here is number 1, Out of Chances, owned by H.F. Hostler and Sons Lumber. Joe Siekman, the trainer, with Dale Heitman driving. Number 2, Tommy Fra, owned by Marion Thomas and Perry Smith. Perry Smith is the trainer with Del Chup driving. Number 3, Woodgate, owned by Eugene Hubler. Jim Allison is the trainer on a driver change to Andy Miller. Number 4, Air Ranch, owned by Dave Schall and Karen Woodman. Joe Anderson drives and trains. Number 5 is Chicago Jazz, owned by Regina, Kevin, and Brian Lynch. Donna Lee is the trainer, the driver, Marshall Duncan. 6 minutes, just 6 minutes supposed. Nearing the start. Here they come. They're off. Out of chances on the inside goes right for the top, joined by Tommy Fra. Into the turn they race, and out of chances opens up the lead by 2. Tommy Fra is in right there in second. On the outside, it's Air Wrench, now parked in third, followed on the inside by Woodgate. Chicago Jazz heading for that early quarter, and out of chances is in command. But Air Wrench is on the attack by that opening quarter. 27-3 now that first quarter. And here comes Air Wrench. It's Air Wrench now to take him in by 2. Out of chances, second by 2. Tommy Fra in third by 2. Woodgate on the inside of horses. That's Chicago Jazz. As they approach that half-mile juncture, up front it's Air Wrench. And Air Wrench now has a 2.5 length lead. They're halfway home and they've hit the half. 55-3 into the clubhouse turn, and Air Wrench spreads out the field, and Air Wrench now by 2.5 lengths. It's out of chances. Now right there in second, now a length and 3/4. Followed on the inside, it's Tommy Fra saving ground. First to pull, that's Chicago Jazz. Woodgate now trails the field. They curve into the box stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race with Air Wrench on top. Air Wrench by 2 lengths. Out of chances, second. 3/4 and 1:25-1. Into the far turn they race. And up front, Air Wrench continues the lead now by 2. Out of chances in second. Here they come, turning for home. Air Wrench maintains the lead, and Air Wrench has a 2.5 length lead. Out of chances is on the outside, and he swings out for the drive. On the inside, Tommy Fra is closing ground. Here comes Tommy Fra charging. 2 horses at the wire, Tommy Fra. That is a photo. Please hold. All tickets in the photograph. Number 2, Tommy Fra was first. Unofficially, number 4, Air Wrench second. Number 1, Out of Chances third. Number 3, Chicago Jazz 4. Tommy Fra in the winner's circle is owned by Marion Thomas and Perry Smith. Perry Smith trains. The winning driver is Del Chop. Here is the field for tonight's 11th race. Number 1 is Anxious Debonair, leased by Alice Roberts. Ron Roberts trains, and Ron Roberts is the driver. Number 2, Regal Sunrise, is owned by Maria Campbell. Dave Isaacs trains. Randy Jacobs drives. Number 3 is J.E. Big Red, owned by Marcine and Monroe Duncan. Monroe Duncan trains. Marshall Duncan drives. Number 4 is Why Not Me, owned by Don Laufenberg. Terry Leonard drives and trains. Number 5 is Harmony Oaks Paul, owned by Janet Capron. Bob McCabe trains, and Tom Insco drives. Number 6 is Noteworthy Wolf, owned by Mike Maddock. Russ Meyer is the trainer. Dave McGee drives. Number 8, Sulan Dan, owned by Jerry Grevengod. Terry King is the trainer. Dean McGee the driver. Number 8, Broadway Legend, is Scrat Sick. We have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to post. Tab of the turn. Here they come. They're off. On the inside, Regal Sunrise going out for the lead. Joined on the inside, Anxious Debonair is there, but Noteworthy Wolf charging up on the far outside. Into the turn now they race, and we have an early battle for the lead. On the inside, Regal Sunrise, your pace setter. Noteworthy Wolf looks to drop in second. Anxious Debonair right there in third, followed on the inside by J.E. Big Red as they move by the quarter, and that first quarter went in 28 seconds flat. And we have a new leader, and that is Noteworthy Wolf. Noteworthy Wolf now by 2. Regal Sunrise is second. Here comes J.E. Big Red, first over into third. Here comes Why Not Me, moving right with him. Shuffle back sharply. Anxious Debonair. Sulan Dan is on the move. Harmony Oaks Paul as they enter the stretch now for the first time and move for the half-mile marker from the outside. J.E. Big Red is taking command. 58-1, the race is half over, and J.E. Big Red is your leader into the clubhouse turn. Noteworthy Wolf is right with the leader in second. On the outside of horses, here comes Why Not Me into third. On the outside, that's Sulan Dan. Out of the turn, now they curve into the box stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race, and your leader is J.E. Big Red. He's on top of the field by 2, now by 2.5 lengths. 3/4, 1:27.4. Into the far turn, it's J.E. Big Red in command by 2.5 lengths. Noteworthy Wolf under urging in second. Regal Sunrise, he's looking for racing room. Here they come, turning for home. J.E. Big Red cuts the corner on the inside. That's a one, not Noteworthy Wolf in second. On the outside, Regal Sunrise in third. Now moving into second. J.E. Big Red with the lead. J.E. Big Red at the wire. Number 3, J.E. Big Red finished first. Number 2, Regal Sunrise was second. A photo for third. Moving to the winner's circle, number 3, J.E. Big Red. J.E. Big Red is owned by Marcin and Monroe Duncan. Monroe Duncan trains. The winning driver is Marshall Duncan. That is good for $102.60, 102.60. Here is the field for tonight's 12th race. Number 1 is Comiskey King, leased by Brett Ford, D. Cozy Trains, and Sam Widger, the driver. Number 2, Holly Hill Fiesta, is owned by Bob Lambs. Nick Manganeas also owns. Dave McCaffrey trains. Dean McGee drives. Number 3, Mr. Prognosticator, is owned and trained by Jerry Sapisi, Tom Bussey. Number 4, Johnny Peshtigo, is owned by Glenn Huber and Greg Kane. John Marshall trains and Merv Chop drives. Number 5 is Extra Chief, owned by Kathleen Walker. James E. Walker trains. Dave McGee will drive. Here is number 6, Propensity, owned by the Double DD Stables Limited. Richard D. Domenico is the trainer. Mark Saporito drives. Number 7, Highway Motoring, owned and trained by Clarence Jacobs. Randy Jacobs will drive. Number 8, Fearsome Foe, is owned by the Preferred Stock Stable. Scott Faulkner trains and Andy Miller, the driver. We have 5 minutes as 5 minutes to post. Twelfth race pacers, and behind the starting gate, here they come. They're off. Johnny Peshtigo out sharply for the lead. On the inside, Comiskey King. Fearsome Foe charging up on the far outside. Now they bank into that first turn. And Fearsome Foe is up now to challenge. And Fearsome Foe with a rush now to take command. Johnny Peshtigo holds second by 2. Comiskey King in third now by 2. Holly Hill Fiesta 3 lengths back to Mr. Prognosticator. Now to the outside, that's Propensity. Extra Chief trailing the field. Highway Motoring. They're by the quarter. 29-1 now, that first quarter, as they enter the stretch for the first time. Up front, it's Fearsome Foe in charge by 2. Johnny Peshtigo is second by 2. Comiskey King has range on the leaders in third. It's another 2.5 lengths back to Holly Hill Fiesta. Now on the outside, here comes Propensity and Extra Chief. 59-1, another halfway home. Into the clubhouse turn, Fearsome Foe has that lead a length and a quarter. Johnny Peshtigo is running his heels in second. Comiskey King right there in third. Pulling on the outside, Propensity is inching a closer fifth. And on the outside, it's Extra Chief, and he's moving up 3 wide. But as they drive by 3/4, your leader, Fearsome Foe, 128-3. Into the far turn, it's Fearsome Foe with the lead. Johnny Peshtigo. Here comes Johnny Peshtigo, charging out of second, now to challenge. And Johnny Peshtigo is up now to challenge for the lead. Here they come, turning for home. It's Fearsome Foe. Johnny Peshtigo is racing at him. And on the inside, Comiskey King. It is Fearsome Foe with the lead. Fearsome Foe at the wire. Tonight's 12th race winner, number 8, Fearsome Foe. Fearsome Foe is owned by the Preferred Stock Stable. Scott Faulkner is the winning trainer. The winning driver is Andy Miller. And that is a driving double for Andy Miller. ICHIBON. Well, that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we certainly hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Plan on coming out Monday night. Starting time will be at 7:40. This has been your announcer, Tony Salvaro. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night, everybody.